Hello, you gorgeous explorers. Welcome to the Psychic Explorer. How are you? It's been a while. I'm so sorry. If you are listening to this as the episodes go out, there has been a bit of a gap, a bit of a delay since this episode was supposed to go out. Of course, if you are listening to this in the future and you happen to be binging your way through these episodes, then you'll have noticed absolutely no difference. But just know there has been a slight delay since the last episode and this one here. I hope things are well with you, my dear listener, and I just want to take this opportunity to say a massive thank you to you for listening to me. It honestly warms my heart whenever I look at the stats. I try not to look at them too often, and I'm not setting the world on fire here, but the listenership that I do have, apparently it's very loyal, and I love that. Thank you so much. I am reaching parts of the world I never thought possible. To my American listeners, hello. To my Australian listeners, good day. To my one listener in Japan who has apparently binged all my episodes so far, konnichiwa, hello, how are you? And of course my home audience here in the UK and everyone else in all the other countries that I haven't mentioned, hello and thank you. Honestly, it seriously warms my heart. I've been putting recording off recently because I don't really feel like I had anything to say. For about 2, maybe even 3 months now, my psychic, my mediumship, it's felt like it's been switched off. I've spent all summer blaming the heat because here in the UK we have had the most horrendous heat waves. And I'm not being dramatic. I work outside for my day job, and it's got to the point now where my regular clients, if I've got them booked in for a 2-hour session, I'm there for like half an hour because nothing is growing because everything is so hot. I was thinking it was the heat. I was thinking it was the weather. I was thinking maybe this is just seasonal. And I wanted to share that theory with you. And this is not a polished theory. This is not something that I have concluded. I want this episode to be almost like a conversation with you. I want to talk out loud. I want to think out loud. If you have gone through a period of your life or a season where something just is not working, feel free to get in contact with me. You know where to find me, the.psychic.explorer, Facebook, Threads, Instagram, TikTok. You know where I am. And I'd love that conversation to start because I do feel like something has shifted. Now, this is not me having a wobble at you for half an hour. This is not an episode about me saying, oh, I'm so crap, oh, I'm so rubbish, oh, I'm this, I'm that. I think there's something here that actually is worth understanding some more. As I say, this episode is late. I have felt very uninspired. I have felt very demotivated. My readings have been off. I've taken up a mentorship with someone and really enjoyed that. But I realized pretty early on that I was putting time into this mentorship, but I was not feeling it. And what I mean by that is I just did not feel on. I felt broken. It's as if I was learning to drive with a fantastic instructor, but the car was broken. And I thought, what a waste of time that was for both me and this person who was giving me their time. And it didn't feel right. It didn't feel honest of me. I felt like my psychic work has been okay. It's not been great, but it's been okay. But my mediumship, it's almost like something has switched off inside of me. And I want to just tap and say, hello, is anyone there? The vibration has not been there. The feeling has not been there. And when I go in to do a reading with someone in a practice session, I'm almost just hoping something happens. And it's been really uncomfortable. I know my phrase from earlier episodes is get comfortable with the uncomfortable, but this is something else. I just feel like I have been switched off. As you know, I am a gardener. I work outside. I spend most of my time outside. I work with the seasons. And I've been considering the idea that maybe my mediumship is seasonal. I love the autumn. I love the winter. I love stepping outside on a cold, crisp morning and seeing my breath sort of fog in the air. I love the early evenings. I love coming home to a house which has had the central heating on. That's when you walk into a house from the cold and it has central heating on. There's a smell in the house which is just warm and inviting. I love wood burners. I love the smell of smoke in the air where other people in the village have got their wood burners going. I love the prospect of carving pumpkins for Halloween. I love fireworks night on the 5th of November. I really love the build up to a classical Victorian Christmas in our house. It's just gorgeous. It warms my heart. And I have more time for me. Now, that's not to say that I don't already. I'm very lucky. I'm very privileged. But I can be at home most days, or I can finish work most days in the autumn and the winter by 3 p.m., showered and in my pajamas by 3:30, and I've got the whole night to do whatever I want. And I love it. This summer, as I say, has been relentlessly hot. There's been heat wave after heat wave after heat wave. All the grass in southern England has died off. On the news the other day, they showed a satellite image of the UK and they compared it to May to late July. I know I'm recording this in early August, but it's even worse now. But the country has gone from this beautiful green colour to this barren brown, where every field, every blade of grass has shriveled up and died. It's pretty shocking. So the heat has been unbearable. I've had a really busy summer. I've gone to weddings, I've gone to festivals, I've gone to parties, I've gone to prides. Again, I'm not trying to sound, oh, woe is me, whoa. I'm so privileged, I'm so lucky, I've had such a fantastic summer. But it does mean that I've been living life. And that's what I'm here to do, to live life. And maybe my spooky side has been dimmed by that, and that's okay. And I wonder if you find that. I wonder if you find that if you are practicing, that is, I wonder if you find that your mediumship, that your psychic work, that has seasons. And is that related to the seasons of the earth? Is that connected to downtime? Is that connected to busy social hours or social seasons? Do you find that your mediumship dips and ebbs and flows with the seasons? My wonderful listeners in Australia, I'd love to know if that happens to you. I'm not, saying that you don't have seasons. Of course you do. They're the opposite to us. So when we are in our summer, it is your winter. I wonder if that might be the same. I've been holding these Sunday and Wednesday Explorer free practice sessions. And if you wanted to come along to one of those, then please, you will be most welcome. Feel free to come along to practice any ability that you practice. But I've noticed even on there, sometimes there are sessions we have on there where everyone's having an off night and everyone says the same thing. Oh, I'm really struggling tonight. I'm really off. And there was one person that came along and it was really lovely to see them, but it was really lovely to hear what they had to say because they suspected that their readings were connected to the phases of the moon. They said that they had noticed that their readings improve and get worse with the waning and the waxing of the moon. I had never thought of that before. I thought, wow. Obviously, we connect the moon to seasonality, the moon to phases. I think it's pretty well observed, I believe. I'm a guy, so don't quote me on this, but that women's menstrual cycles are connected or can be connected to the moon. Why could that not be the same thing for mediumship? And that's where I'm coming from with the whole winter thing. I love winter. I feel more connected to the earth. Ironically, summer, I love it, but I am very busy. Winter, I really feel connected to that cold sleepiness of the earth. But if that were the case, why does my psychic work tend to be better than my mediumship at the moment? Surely, if that were the case, if I were being scientific about this, then if I've got a busy mind who is thinking about what we've got books coming up, what we've done so far, oh my God, I can't work in this heat anymore. I promise I'll try and stop talking about the bloody heat now. But if that were the case, then why, surely both abilities should quieten, should go down, should pause, should ebb. But that doesn't seem to be the case. It seems to be my mediumship is dead as a doornail. whereas my psychic work it's maybe on life support, but it's still going, it's still there. So I'm not sure. And again, this is a working theory. So this is just me spitballing, as it were. I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Maybe it's because psychic work is reaching, is going out and trying to feel something in someone's energy, whereas mediumship is more about receiving. It's about seeing what you're going to get, seeing what you feel, but saying what you receive, not. I hope I'm not. Yeah, I mean that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Psychic or intuition is innate. I believe that we all have that ability. Mediumship, we have it, but it needs to be trained. It's more about stepping into an ability and trying to improve that ability and trying to hone that ability. Whereas I see psychic work as more innate. And that's not to say you can't train a psychic work, of course you can. But I do feel, and again, this is just me talking out loud, from my perspective, I tend to put mediumship up on a pedestal. And I probably shouldn't, but I have done. I've almost ignored, throughout my entire development over the past 3 or so years, I have put psychic work below mediumship work. And maybe that's wrong with me. I know that is wrong with me. I've also thought maybe because I've come so far with my mediumship, this is just spirit, the world, the universe, or the energy in the world, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's their way of saying to me, okay, you've come so far with A, and now let's revisit B and get you to the same level. I don't know. Again, working hypothesis here. Now, is this a genuine redirection? Is this me just making an excuse? Or is it a reasonable sounding excuse? I don't know. I'm on the inside and I don't think I can tell. Again, would love your feedback on that. In March, in April, I released episodes saying about the meditation, saying I didn't need meditation. I call myself the lazy psychic. I said that I was going to do a meditation every single day. I lasted 1 day. And to be honest, I've not meditated all summer. I mean, I've done here and there, but in general, it's minimal. It's seriously minimal. I've almost done nothing at all. I'm also aware that I have put out episodes saying that I'm good at this, that I've got this, and that my readings have got really good recently. And I've fallen flat on my face. I know this happened again last year. This happened about this time last year. And I'm thinking back to last year and thinking, okay, it's a seasonal, summertime. Not great. And then in the winter, boom, it comes back. And I felt embarrassed about that. Part of the delay of getting this episode out is because I didn't know what to say. I mean, who am I? I am just someone recording my genuine experiences on my development path, or my path of development rather. And I had nothing to say because all my readings were turning out to be utter dog shit. Nothing was hitting. And I felt fraudulent. And I felt like, oh, okay, I've decided to put myself in a position where I'm putting this content out into the world. And yes, there are 1,000,001 other psychics you could listen to. But this is my journey. And I don't really feel like I have anything to say at the moment. And it's not been until I've really thought about this and thought, just get on the mic, Matt, and just start talking. So if this episode feels like I am just randomly talking, it's not as edited to perfection as previous episodes, that's why. And there's something else, something which I knew was coming, but I told myself it wasn't going to affect me because I had handled it and I had dealt with it, and that I was over it is the wrong phrase, but that I wasn't suffering from trauma. Maybe that's pushing it a bit too far, I don't know. But we just passed the anniversary of my mum dying. We're now 3 years in. And when I say that out loud, I can't quite believe that it's only been 3 years because it feels like it's been 10. It feels like time has just gone so fast, because it does feel like 10 years has passed, but simultaneously, it feels like it has been so slow because it's only been 3 years and it feels like it's been 10. It's a very strange feeling. I can't quite describe it. It's almost like there are two versions of me in the same body. One who acknowledges it was only 3 years ago, and someone else who is looking back and saying, my God, come on, catch up. I'm going to try and keep this bit functional because I'm not here to sort of harp on again and say, oh, woe is me, my mum died 3 years ago, blah, 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 blah. I'm giving myself love, I'm giving myself space, but I don't feel like I need to bleat on about that here. So don't worry, I'm not just sweeping it under the rug and moving on. I recognised that I told myself it wasn't really affecting me, but I knew I was being really irritable the week before it came up. I knew it was there. I knew it was on the horizon. And emotionally, I was okay. I'm not covering this up. I'm not just saying this to try and make you think, I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I honestly, emotionally, all good. I don't feel like I'm going to break down in tears at any moment. I'm fine. And trust me, if I needed to, I would. But what it made me realize is that my subconscious and my body clearly has a season of their own. And this dip, which seems to come around this time in summer, it has a memory within me. There is a memory within me for this time of year. And maybe there is an association for this time of year to be about my mum. So when I sit with it, when I think about it, what is mediumship? Mediumship is feeling close to those around you. It's feeling a connection and getting a message from people who have passed on. It's getting close to that feeling of loss. And it reminds you, it can't not remind you of your own loss. And that actually going quiet in the weeks around this time of year makes more sense. It is coherent rather than being broken. It makes sense. Grief creates seasons that aren't on the calendar. Mine happens to fall at the end of July. Someone else's might be in February. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, oh, I go quiet too. Maybe your practice has been shaped by something that you didn't choose or something you may not have noticed. So I wonder if this is now my new calendar, that the lead up to midsummer is a time when my abilities do go quiet and then they ramp back up in autumn, and that's all right, I suppose. That's all good. It's taken me 3 years to recognize that. It's taken me 3 years to realize that summer is going to be not necessarily difficult for me, but there's going to be a stone in the road. I don't know. I'm still in it, I guess. Still in it, and that's okay. But I'd love to know, does your mediumship have a season? And do you know what made it? I would really love to hear your thoughts on that. And I'm going to leave it there. It's just a short one today, although I've been here for like an hour. Not quite true, but still. The next episode coming up is with the wonderful Giselle Zavalza. Oh, it's such a lovely episode, and actually very, as I was editing it, I was just thinking, oh my God, everything that she is saying here is so poignant. Giselle talks very openly about her development, about her story, about her journey into her mediumship, and the realistic challenges and hurdles that she has had throughout her many years of developing. This will be coming out next Thursday, so I will listen to it before then just to remind myself that I'm not alone when I have my little wobbles. So look out for that. It's going to be a lovely episode, and I thoroughly hope you enjoy that one. For the moment, though, I will love you and leave you, wonderful explorers. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm sending you all my love. Take care, guys. Bye.